Good morning from Bonn, Germany. This is the third city in Rhineland that we have visited, and the more time we spend here, the more charming it gets.
Absolutely. This is a city that's notable for a few reasons. Ludwig van Beethoven was actually born right here. One of the greatest composers of all time. And I don't know if you've ever heard of Haribo gummy bears.
We sure have.
But that is an export of Bonn as well. It started here in Bonn. So there's just a few fun facts about the city, but other than that, it is really, really charming. Just so amazing to me that this is 18 minutes south of Cologne. We were showing you around Cologne in the other video, which is a pretty big city. I mean, it's top five cities in Germany. And here we are, 18 minutes from there. This is not a suburb of Cologne. So today we're gonna be showing you what makes Bonn different from Cologne and why it's definitely a worthwhile day trip. So I understand that construction is kind of an unavoidable hurdle when you're traveling, but I'm starting to feel like we're cursed. I mean, let's just run through the list of all of the attractions that have been under construction.
Big Ben.
Big Ben, Elizabeth Tower in London, the Gate in Bratislava, the Chain Bridge in Budapest,
The cathedral in
Zagreb Cathedral, and the church here in Bonn is under construction too, so I guess you just can't win every battle. But the good news is we are going to one of Bonn's coolest pieces of architecture, and it's right here. So right behind me is the Sterntor Gate, right in the heart of Old Town here in Bonn. Very similar to what we saw in Cologne as far as this medieval style gate, but honestly this one might be even cooler because it has that cool iron gate that's kind of coming down a little bit, and I just think that looks so cool.
I will say this is one of the cooler gates we've seen. The gate, we haven't really seen that before, but also this tree. This cherry blossom tree just steals the show. It's absolutely in full bloom and beautiful.
So Bonn is a pretty historically rich city. It used to be part of France, now it's part of Germany. A lot has happened here, but nowadays it's actually a student town. It's very lively with bars and restaurants and cheap eats for students to hang out. I think that you and I should go see if we could find some cheap eats. So we're back on our doner kick. This is a doner wrap, and of course, we gotta have the ayran as well. Let's dig in here. The kraut and the lettuce. It's just so fresh. So I don't know if this is a controversial statement, it might be, but I think that this area of Germany, North Rhine-Westphalia, has the best doner in the world. I've heard that Berlin has really good doner as well. We'll try that at some point, but so far from what I've had, North Rhine-Westphalia, Cologne, Bonn, the best.
What is the sauce?
Tzatziki?
Oh, it's so creamy. So yesterday we had it in more of a bread, and this is a wrap, which I prefer. It's just easier to eat, and it's just how I prefer it. There's this incredible sauce. I don't know if it's tzatziki. It's so creamy.
I think it's like a yogurt-based sauce of some kind.
Okay, Max just told me that he added hummus. So that's the mystery sauce in there. And that is a first for me. I haven't had hummus in my doner before, but
Not bad, right?
it's so good.
Doner without ayran is like the Beatles without John Lennon.
So this behind me is a statue of Beethoven. As you can see, it's under construction. Many people think that Vienna is most famous for Beethoven. He did live there for a part of his life, but he was actually born right here in Bonn. And up next, we're gonna go to the place where he was born. It's right around the corner here.
Imagine being so famous and so influential to music that the house that you were born in, literally everyone down the street is stopping to have a look. As I do know a little German, I know that Geburtstag is birthday. So it says Geburtshaus, so Beethoven's birth house. So this is wild. We've been walking around the central part of the city, which is all pedestrian traffic. We just assumed that was the Altstadt because that's how all the other Altstadts we've been to have been. But we were wrong. This is the Altstadt. And look at the entrance with all of these cherry blossoms going all the way down the street.
This is incredible.
So we're being complete tourists and just standing in the middle of the road, taking pictures, taking videos, but we are not the only ones. Literally everyone else is doing this.
Hundreds of people.
And there was just a car that drove through here. So I don't know if this is supposed to be open to cars and there's just way too many people walking around.
No, it's just a bike lane.
I don't know what
but there are cars.
I don't know what that car was doing then, but that was really funny. This car's just trying to make its way through this horde of people taking pictures.
And oh my god, I think we timed this perfectly. Every single limb is bloomed to like the fullest, and then when the wind comes you can see all the petals on the ground and like there's just like a snowfall of petals. Wow, that was so incredible.
We ended up spending a lot of time there because there's actually two streets full of cherry blossoms. So it's Dorthenstrasse and Heerstrasse on the north side of the city, right?
Right. I'm pretty sure this is just a spring thing. Like these trees blossom in the spring and we've come just in time.
As you know, in this part of Germany, they are really big into their beer. But Bonn is kind of the neutral site between the Alt and the Kolsch. I think they have them both here. So we're going to find a Brauhaus and maybe get some Kolsch.
Yeah, I think we'll observe what people are drinking. If it's light color, we'll assume it's Kolsch. If it's dark color, we'll assume it's Alt.
So we have the mugs now instead of these small glasses that we've been used to. This is Bönnsch. This is actually the brewery right here. So I asked if they had any Kolsch and they said this is the closest one to it. So let's try it. Yeah, that tastes pretty Kolschy actually. So it's the Bönnsch Naturtrüb and it's actually very nice. Oh wait, there's actually like an aftertaste too that's a little different than Kolsch. That's actually really nice, like weedy, hearty.
You can see it's unfiltered.
Yeah, it's definitely that's probably what Naturtrüb means, is unfiltered or raw. That's a good beer. Wow. Germany, best beer, honestly. Okay, so 10 out of 10 experience at the Bönnsch Brewery. That's what I love about German towns, is you're gonna go around and find these brew houses where they make, like that's the brewery right there.
So good.
It's really cool when you go down to the restrooms, they have like this malt machine, so it like takes the malt and I don't know, kind of like mixes it up or whatever.
Makes beer.
And it's just so cool. Like, what a place. All right, so we're heading back to the main square that we thought was the old town before. It was actually not the old town. And there's one more thing we got to do.
One more very important thing.
We got to go to the Haribo store because, like we said,
one of the biggest exports from this city.
we made it. So we got too carried away with the beer haul. The Haribo shop is closed. It is what it is. It's a Haribo store. There's gummy bears. I think we'll get on just fine. So we did mention Bonn is a university town. We're here in the Hofgarten, where it seems a lot of students are just kind of hanging out and enjoying the beautiful weather.
Everyone's mulling about in little groups of 5 to 10 people, probably after work, after class, just sitting in the shade, having a few beers. It's honestly so fun to see.
So our day in Bonn is just about coming to an end, and we've both said that Cologne and Bonn, if we do get the chance to come back, we would love to come back to both. But we do want to say we need your help to come back, because if we're going to keep traveling, we need more subscribers, we need likes. So if you wouldn't mind just liking the video or subscribing, sharing, anything you can do to help us out, we really appreciate it. Our next location, we're going to continue down the Rhine River, and that's all I'm going to say for now. We'll keep a little mystery to it.
Please put your guesses in the comments below.
Yeah, put your guesses for where we're going. I promise you it's south, because not much else north of the river. We've already pretty much done all of that. So yeah, I'm sure some people will guess.